Hello and welcome to my channel. My name is Beth and I am so glad to see each and every one of you here. Our last video I shared what Bond Craftor has sent me and we did a giveaway. 3 giveaways, which is still ongoing. You can go back to that video and enter if you would like. You have to watch the video to figure out how to do that. And I thought I'd just carry that over a little bit into this video. I wasn't planning it. It was very spontaneous. But a lot of y'all liked those paperweights. And I think it would make a very easy mold. And since Bond Craftor was gracious enough to send me some silicone rubber, I'm going to attempt to make a mold. Of course, I've made molds before and they're fine for me, but this one's going to be a giveaway for one of y'all. So you can make your own paperweight. I'm hoping it should be so easy peasy, but as soon as I say it should be easy peasy, something unexpectedly will always come up. I'm hoping maybe not this time, but that's what we're going to do in this video. We are going to make a mold of the paperweight for me to give away to one of y'all. So as always, be sure to like the video, be sure to subscribe if you haven't, and I'm so excited. We are almost at 5,000 and I am just ecstatic over that. I think we're like 16 y'all, 16 subscribers. If you've not hit that subscribe button, please do it now. We're only 16 away from 5,000. And you know what happens at 5,000? That means Let's Resin will start doing giveaways. Now this is what I was told, and I can share the email with you. But you better believe as soon as I hit the 5,000, I'm going to be shooting an email over to them to let them know, because they'll do a giveaway where they'll ship it directly to the winner, which is awesome. I am so appreciative of all these companies that just go overboard, and they do, and it just makes it so much nicer for us as YouTubers to share with our followers. And I just want to say a big thank you to Bond Craftor and Let's Resin are the two that have been so gracious, and I'm very thankful for both of them. But I have to be honest, Bond Craftor is #1. They are the ones that have sent the majority of, I mean, they're more generous than any other company I've ever dealt with, so I have to put that out there. Okay, onto the video. We're going to get started. I'm going to flip this around. Okay, now I may share a couple of things with you too along the way. Oh, I do want to share this with you right up front so I can move this. Y'all know, if you've watched any of my videos, that I am playing around with doing these bags too. And this is a design that I got and I made up, I think 2 years ago. And I did some coasters with this. I printed this off on my inkjet printer and I ironed it on to this canvas bag. And then I had a little oopsie up here. I was putting, I think, Croak Whisperer, you know, because frogs croak, yeah. And I think I was, had printed off Croak Whisperer, and I smudged it, and it was user error. It was me. And I thought, oh, but this is so cute, I don't want to throw it away. So I took fabric paint, and I painted that. And because it's an error, I'm not going to sell it. But I'm going to give it away to one of my grandbabies. But I wanted to show it to you because it's so cute. And they're so simple. And I did a video sharing this with y'all. So I think that's all we're going to be. No. I've got new molds too. But we'll probably be pouring those while we're waiting for the silicone to cure. This is the Bond Craftor Silicone Rubber. We are going to use that. We are going to pull out a couple of these cups. This is 1-to-1. Is this by volume? I think it's by volume. Most of the time silicone rubber is by volume. No, I'm sorry, by weight. So let me check it and make sure. And yes, I'm doing that by reading the instructions. Which, if you watch me for very long, you will know that I don't read a lot of the instructions. Okay, 1. Measure A and B in the ratio 1:1 by weight. By weight. It says if no electronic scale, it is possible to measure in 1:1 by volume. There may be slight differences in the hardness of the finished product. I do have a scale. And it's up here. And I have to reach and get it. Okay. Number 2, mix A and B clockwise along the cup wall and bottom for 3 to 5 minutes. You can also add mica powder to make your favorite mauve color. You know, I've never done that before, but I think this time I'm going to. I think I'm going to add a blue mica, because they sent me mica powders, but I don't know what I did with the mica powders that they sent. Okay. Oh, here they are. Okay. And so I'm going to use the blue. Blue. Okay. Working time is 30 minutes. It does say that the height of the whatever you're putting it into has to be at least a 1/4 of an inch taller than the piece you're trying to mold. So a 1/4 of an inch has got to be a 1/4 of an inch taller. It says wait 3 to 6 hours for demold at room temperature. Well, we're going to try, because I've researched. Now, I don't know how good the research is, but my research says that you can... Oh, I'm out of my purple gloves. I don't like that. I loved those gloves. I need to get more of them, because they're not the heavy ones. They're nitrile. I don't know where I got these, because they're a lightweight, and they're great for things, but I'm out of them. I need to do a Google search, I guess, and see if I can't find them, because I really like those gloves. Okay. Here we go. I'm going to turn my glue gun on, and you'll find out why in a minute. If you've done molds, I'm sure you already know, and before we get started, now I have this that I found, and these fit in there with just barely, I'm going to say maybe 1/8 of an inch. I don't know if that's thick enough, but I think I'm going to try it, because I have this too, which has got plenty of room, but it may be too much room. So I think we're going to try this and hope it works out well. And what I want the hot glue for is I want to glue this down. Nothing fancy, just to keep it from floating up, because it will float up, y'all. If you think it won't, then don't do anything. Just plop your piece in there, and then halfway through you'll find out that your piece is suspended in between and it's not going to work. Ask me how I know, because I was one of those people that said, nah, the weight will hold it down. I learned the hard way, so I'm just trying to tell you so you don't have the loss of silicone rubber like I did. Okay. I'm just waiting for this. And it's still not ready yet. It's cold down here. Oh, y'all, it's been so nice outside, but they're calling for bad storms here tonight. And then tomorrow is supposed to be the worst, hottest heat index day that we've had in a year. And Dan has to work out in it tomorrow. So please have those prayers coming for him. I worry about him. He's stubborn. He's almost 70 years old. He's a stubborn old man. He's got an air conditioner in there, but he's old school. And he'll have the fan blowing on the air conditioner in those little tiny buildings that they have, but he won't have the air conditioner because he thinks that it would make him sick going in and out between hot and cold. So he just endures it. But when the heat index is 119 degrees outside, I don't care. You got to have that air on. I keep our house at a consistent 71 degrees all year long. It's consistent. Sometimes I get cold in my house, but my house is consistently year-round 71 degrees upstairs. Downstairs sometimes it's 68, unless it's really, really hot, and then it can get to be like 73. Let's see what it says it is now. It's 69 in here right now. Okay, I'm talking because I'm waiting for the glue gun to warm up, and I'm just gonna put a very fine line. That's it, and I'll have to take it off, which I can just scrape it off. The problem is going to be getting it in here the way it should be. Okay, I think I got it in there. Did you see that? Woo! Okay. Here we go. Boy, that's okay, we're not going to use these. These are bent and they're not unbending. So let's just use one of these. Okay, so we're going to go with A first. Okay, 5.38. That's what I need, 5.38 for B. Tear it out. I got too much. 5.38. Okay. 4/8, 5/8, 6/8, 7/8, 8/8, 9/8, 10/8. Okay. And I'm going to have to get something to mix this up with. Okay, I'm trying to make sure that I've got as much as I can out of there. And let's see, I'm going to color it for the first time ever. I've never colored. I know a lot of people do. I'm not going to color it much though. And since I'm giving this away, I hope people like blue. It's not going to be real blue. That's as much as I'm going to put in there. It was one of these spoonfuls. Okay. And we can turn this off. Turn off. It's not turning off. Okay. Ooh, this is pretty blue. I like blue. Well, it's going to look pretty. And I am going to just stay with you while I mix it. I am going to put it in the bubble machine, and I'll pause it while that's happening because I can't really show it anyway. And then I'll come back when it comes out of the debubbler. Because if I was doing this just for me, I wouldn't worry about the bubbles, but I'm doing it for y'all, and I want it to be the best it can be. Not that it's ever going to be perfect. It won't be. I can tell you that right now. So, just up front, don't expect perfection here, because it ain't going to happen. I think it's mixed, but let's just do it a little bit longer. I may be being impatient here, and I want to make sure that it is mixed, and I do scrape along the sides, and it's all the time scraping the bottom. Every time I stir, it's scraping the bottom. If you do not get this mixed up, though, it will not get hard on you. And I'm a little concerned about the weight measurement because I ran it over. And I think I figured it out right, but, you know, just because I think I did doesn't mean I did. If I'd done it on paper, but I didn't want to stop and do that. I was trying to do it in my head. Well, I'll find out if I did it right in my head or if I should have got the paper out. Yep, this is the first colored mold I ever made. They're pretty. I like this blue. It's not going to be a real, see? It looks darker when you're looking at it, but when you... I really do like Bond Craftor Silicone Rubber, though. Okay. I'm going to pause this. I'm going to put this in the debubbler, and I'll come back when it's ready to pour it in there. Okay. Wow. It did really pull some bubbles out of there. It was all the way to the top. Okay. Here we go. I'm thinking about putting this in the curing machine though. Don't want there to be any bubbles. I think I poured it in there too. And it has to be at least 1/4 of an inch above that. So, yep. I don't have anything else small to make a mold out of. Oh, I wish I did. Wait a minute, I'm gonna look for something. I don't know. Ooh, 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 ooh. Can I make a mold out of this? a star. Oh, that'd be cool to have. Okay. I am going to do this. Oh, that's not down there. Nope, I turned this off. Let me turn it back on. Oh, it's still not. It's because it's indented. Okay. Yeah, I'm trying to get it all off so I can start off with a clean slate. I don't like yeah, okay. Now let's just try a big O dollop. Right in the middle. Okay, and let's see if we can, yep, I know, it was a lot of silicone for that, but at least we got a star thing out of here. Okay. Normally I'm mixing up too little. This time I mixed up too much, but I'd rather have too much than not enough. So, I'm going to show you the new molds that I got. I am going to put this in there though, and I probably shouldn't be moving it around. But okay. Now I am going to put this down because I got new molds in. I ordered these off of Amazon. They're the dispenser jar molds. They're probably not new to you, but they were new to me. And I thought, oh, you could make your own. This could be for lotion. It could be for your shampoo. It could be for your conditioner. It could be for soap, your dish soap, your body soap. There's some, it could be for germicide for kids going back to school. What's that called? Hand sanitizer. I made some when Max was in kindergarten. I called it germ juice and put a bunch of germs all over the hand sanitizer bottles. And that's what he took to school, and the teacher just absolutely loved it. I made her a few more to go in the classroom. Okay. Which way do you pour this? You pour it that way. Pour it that way, right? And it goes in there. Yeah, you pour it that way. Okay, and that's the pieces that go with it, which we don't need right now. And then I also got this one because it reminded me of an ornament. I know it's that way because that's the definition. I do not like this lip right here. It's just crying out air bubbles. Then of course you have, that just so screams ornament to me. Now this could be anything you wanted to. And they also have the square one and the just the round one that does not have the diamond cuts in it. Or this has got the ridges, but that was straight up like an ornament. And you could do this so many different ways. We're going to do it simple today. Well, as simple as I get, anyway. Of course, we are going to use different colors because I loved that before. I just thought it was so cool. I don't know if we should do this. I think we need to do bigger cups. See, I'm thinking as I'm doing this with y'all. This is very spontaneous. I'm going to do 3 colors each. And I'm going to get some of this down here. Get some of that. Oh, I want to show you what I got from Let's Resin. It's the chameleon flakes, but it's the mirror white. I don't know, maybe we should do one in that, but that let's see what they look. Oh, that's pretty. Oh wow, well that would be simple, but oh, that's pretty. I'm gonna play around with this. Yep. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and mix up my resin because I do want it to be setting for a little bit. So I'm going to go ahead and mix up my resin, and then I'll come back and I will have figured out what colors, and we'll get started. Okay, we are back. I'm still not quite sure what I'm doing here, but I got a better idea than I did have. Okay. I'm going to mix some of this, I call it sort of a light rose color. This came from Bond Craftor. And that's a mica. And I'm spilling it, and I know you can't see me, I'm sorry. Mixed up, and then we're going to do a white, but this is the resin dye. This is not mica, because I just want a little bit, and then I'm going to add a little bit of this. Let's resin chameleon flake. Ooh wee. In with this. Oh, it's sticking to everything. Okay. Okay. And this is clear. I'm just pouring some clear down in there. And I am going to drop a couple of drops of, oh, did I not get it out of there? I had it out. I must have put it back in. Why did I put it back in? Okay. This is rose. And I'm trying to get it open, y'all. Okay. Okay, that's all I'm going to do with that. And then I'm going to pour that. And then I'm going to pour this. And I'm afraid this is going to take way more than I thought in resin, so we're not going to be able to do the other one. Okay. yeah, this is going to take way more resin. So we're just doing one tonight. And that's okay. I'm going to have to mix up some more, because I've got to do the lid and I want the lid to match. So woof, woof. Did you see that? I think pink is a really pretty color for Christmas. That and blue. It does not have to be the traditional, just gold or silver or red or green. And that way you can use it all year long. Okay. Okay. I see bubbles down in there. I may have to mix more up to do the lid. Okay. Let's get that off. got. We are going to make sure that there's no air bubbles up in there. Oop, sorry. Making sure it's not over full because this is the top. I know this is not how I imagined it, but I'm trying to get this. I think it's going to be too mixed up. But yeah, I keep adding color from one to the other because I want it to match. And I got this way too full. Okay. Yeah, I got a little bit left. It's just a little bit. So let's see how this would have worked. I put the wrong thing in this one. I thought I was putting the sinker white, and I was putting the resin dye in. And I know this is just a little bit, but this is just an experiment. I don't want to waste the resin. And I can always add to it. Or I can just make a mini little paperweight. Okay. This is going to go in the curing machine, and when it is ready I will come back. Let me see if I can get this turned off. I got resin all over my hand. I will come back and we will demold. Alrighty, we are back, and it's been an hour and a half. Well, it may have been more than 2 hours. The curing machine runs for an hour and a half. And it's sure stormy outside. And I hope we don't lose power right in the middle of this, but I'm going to try to get this finished. And of course, this is the little bitty, I had some left over, and so we'll just pop this out just to see. And that would make a really cool paperweight, especially if I'd put black. Let's look at the scale. Yeah, see if it was backed with black. That would have been really, really cool. And I am going to be making some of those like that. So, yeah, I'm glad I did that. That allows me to know I'm going to want to do more of those. Okay. And I could probably put it right back in there, which I'm not going to. But it's sticking really good. If I could get it in exactly, but it's not. It's over to the. If I could get it in exactly the way it was, I might consider. But you see the air in there, so no, I won't. Okay. And there is a lot of over pour on this. Now this is my dull. X-Acto knife. I've not changed the blade on this for years. I keep it dull on purpose so I can do stuff like that and like this, and I don't have to worry about cutting into anything. And I do this before I take it out. It's just easier for me. I like to keep my molds clean. And if I do this prior to, it's just easier. Once you take the mold out, they're all floppy and flimsy. But this way, I get it all clean. Sorry, I'm paying attention to, oh, I just scratched that. I'm paying attention to the wind out there. You probably can't hear it, but I can definitely hear it. If you want to know what I just squirted onto this baby wipe, it was alcohol. And it does make a lot of difference on how easy it comes off. Now, if you don't over pour your molds or make a mess, then this might not be an issue for you. Or if you're not as OCD as I am about this kind of stuff, then, you know, do you, be you. Just because you see one person do it one way doesn't mean that's the only way to do it. In fact, I can guarantee you that's not the only way to do it.
From the WSMV4 First Alert Weather Team, lightning has been detected in your area.
Oh, yes, that phone will go off. Every time there's a new, it's on my phone. There's just so many storms nowadays. And yep, I'm just cleaning off the outside. And some people don't mind having dirty molds, you know, and if you're one of them, that's fine. Okay. And if you don't know, this is I haven't even opened it. It's one of those cutting boards from the Dollar Tree. And I've been using it because I know when I take the wrap off, there's not going to be anything wrong with it. And it's worked out really well. Okay, let's take this out. I think there's going to be air bubbles in here. But this is the first time of pouring a new mold, so I don't really ever expect too much. Next time I'll know the bad spots and the areas to look for. Now y'all saw me taking and push around the edge, but this is going to be a hard lip right here to not get air bubbles in. And I did. I got a big one right there. That's the only one though. Wow. That's a big one. It's actually quite pretty. Okay, let's see. Now this took a lot of resin. It took a lot of resin. I'm hoping this is going to be sort of shimmery, frosted looking with just a couple of different colors of pink in it. So we will see what will happen here. Yeah, I like that better. It all collected in different, and it's okay. Now is it, oh, this is not even going to fit. See, that's the thing. This is not even going to fit on here. Why? It's supposed to go right there. And it doesn't fit. And that's not overage, so Okay, well, let's just hammer it on. I don't know. Wait a minute. We're not going to do it real hard. I just want to see if I can't get it on there without cracking it. Nope. So I don't know why it's not going on there though, because there's no over pour. But we will try this and see if we can't get it to. Yeah, can you hear that? Okay. It's wild. I don't know why this is not fitting. this may be one of these molds that it doesn't fit. Because if they're not perfectly round and shaped, but there's a little piece that's supposed to fit right inside there. And it just does not. It's going in better since yep. The lights are flickering. I'm gonna turn my phone on for a minute. There it goes. Okay. Woohoo! Well, almost. Almost got it to pop down in there. Well, it did just pop. Why is it? Yeah, good enough. It's on that part. Let's see if the pumps fit. That's the thing. Let's see if the pumps will go on there. And of course the little piece just goes in there. Nope. Oh, that's for the... Oh, wait a minute. That's not long enough. Did I get the wrong one? Wait a minute. No. I guess you have to cut it off for the ball jar. Yeah, that's what it's going to be. Yeah. Let me just see if it screws in right. Oh, and it does. It does. It screws in. It pumps. Okay. Are we going to be redoing that? Yes, most definitely. But I think it's pretty. I like the jar. Okay, let's see if, oh, I can get it. That's what it looks like. And it's on there. It screws. The top does screw on there. But I've got to figure out
from the WSMV4 First Alert Weather Team, a severe thunderstorm warning has been issued for your location.
I think it goes on a certain way, but it's not going on real good. But you can tell what it looks like. When it does fit where it's supposed to, it actually looks quite pretty. Okay. I'm going to say both of those were wins. That's the first time I'm pouring. And now I know what to look out for. And the next one will be so much better. Okay, let's get these. I'm just going to tear them. Now they're not totally cured. Oh wow, is it just going to come right off? I've got a little bitty star. I need to take some cuticle and cut around there, but oh, that would be cool to have. Now this is a real flexible. I would have rather had that hard. It's very shallow, but you can see through it, so I could probably use UV resin in that. And there's that. Okay, that's really cool. I'm happy about that one. Now let's see if this is good enough to give away. That's why I did this. Okay. Now, if this is good enough to give away, you know that you have to like the video, you have to subscribe to the video, and then I want you to put in the comments blue paperweight mold.
From the WSMV4 First Alert Weather Team, heavy rain has been detected near your location.
Okay. Now it's not going to be perfect, y'all, okay? So, and the top is thin. It may be too thin. Let's get it out. And I will decide if I think this is good enough to send to somebody. If it's just gonna warp and not hold together, then I'm not going to. But now, I don't think this is totally cured either. I think it will probably get a little bit firmer. And there's little bits and pieces. And that's the hot glue. That I put down to glue it. Boy, it's not wanting to come off. There it goes. Okay. I think it's going to be too thin. I was worried about that. Let's get it out of here. Now there's bubbles, y'all. It's probably from putting it in the curing machine because it didn't have time to, I don't know. Yeah, I can feel the bubbles. And that means they'd be in your mold. And I don't want that. I think the mold itself would be fine. As far as using it as a mold, but let me take my gloves off and feel it. Yeah, see, it's right there. I can feel those bubbles. Yeah, nobody's going to want that. See the bubbles? That's the first time I've ever had a mold that had bubbles in it like this. Ever. Which, I don't know. This might make a really cool, like a crater type, because of the way they're popping out. I don't know. Okay, we're not going to give this away. This is a dud as far as sending it to somebody. I will try it again, and I won't put it in the curing machine. I'll let it set. I know that's why it did it. Because I've never put it in the curing machine, okay? And the bubbles didn't have enough time to rise. And so I got this, but and it's still sticky, so I'm afraid to try it. I started to say, let's use some 10-minute cure polyurethane, but because it's still sticky, it might have a reaction. But you see how the mold itself, I think, would do fine as far as, I mean, that's the mold that I use. I think that's actually more, if I can get it smooth, if I can get it without the bubbles. Because I didn't have bubbles in this. See, that's the thing. I don't have bubbles in this one, but it's tiny. And it's a lot thinner. And this was on the very bottom. And that's probably why. So I will be redoing this. And as soon as I get it done, and you know, it might have crappy edges, okay? I'm going to tell you right now. And you'll have to sand it down or whatever. But I'll do another one without the bubbles, and I know it's because I stuck it in that machine. I wish I hadn't have now, but it is what it is. That's how I learned how I can do or not do something. So I got one good mold out of it, and I'm still gonna be playing around with this too. I'm gonna let it cure overnight, and then I may put some hydrocast in here and see what happens with it. I don't know. I'm not done with that yet, but the surprise is out. I am planning on doing a giveaway for a homemade mold, but I've got to make sure that you're at least not going to get air bubbles in it when you pour it from the mold. I mean, if you get air bubbles because you didn't, because of your resin, that's one thing, but I don't want the mold. No matter what you do, you're going to have bubbles, and I don't want to send a mold, and that's, I don't know if it's coming through the camera, but they're all in there, and you can feel it. It's not like you can feel them. So we'll see. So look forward to in the next couple of days of me coming back and saying, woohoo! I got a mold ready, and we're going to do a giveaway. And in the comments tonight, let me know. I'm assuming that there's some of y'all out there that would like to be able to win a mold where you can make your own paperweight. Let me know in the comments. If I don't get anybody to tell me that they would like one, then I won't bother. But let me know. Thanks so much for watching. And here's everything we did. We tried out a new mold, the dispenser bottle. We got a really cool, very shallow star mold out of the deal. We know not to put silicone rubber in the curing machine now, unless you don't mind bubbles. If it's an ocean theme, maybe bubbles. You know, if I was doing a paperweight with ocean theme, these bubbles wouldn't bother me a bit, because it looked natural. And then I do know that I do want to do a paperweight with the alcohol inks. I think that would be so cool. That's just what I had left over, and that's what it looks like. But that's what it looks like if you backed it with black, which makes it even cooler. So alrighty, thank you so much for watching. Do me a favor and hit that thumbs up like button for me, the hype button. If you haven't subscribed, please do so. We're 15 away from the 5,000. That would be awesome. And the Facebook group, if you want to go over there, it's just the same as my YouTube, Southern Lady Artistic Creations, and we'd love to have you over there. And I hope y'all have a great Sunday. And oh, this is Sunday, so I hope you all had a great Sunday, and this will be out on Monday. Thank you so much. Bye-bye. Oh. Nope. I have to remember. I'm bad. Sometimes I remember it, and sometimes it just slips my mind. I have to do a big shout out to my members only. I do have a members only. It's $4.99 a month, and that is a tremendous way to help support this channel. You do get perks. You get different emojis. You get a star next to your name in the chat. If I do shorts during the month, sometimes I do, not all the time, but sometimes I do special shorts for the members. I try to do one members only video a month. I do shout outs for the members. And we've got 12 members right now. We lost Melissa. So let's see if I can name them all just by memory. We have Dana and Donna and Claire and Mary and Kathy and Sandra and Sharon and Pam and Valerie, and Belinda, and Bama Girl, which is Debbie, and Julie. I got everybody. Woo-hoo-hoo. I had to think for a minute, but I'm getting better, y'all. So if that's something that you might be interested in, there is a join button for that too. Y'all, thank you so much again. I so appreciate each and every one of you. And I'll see you again real soon. Bye-bye.